Hi guys, Josh here, and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things related to optimizing and increasing your sales on Amazon. If you're looking for a more personalized approach, I do offer one-on-one consulting services, and you can check the details in the description below. So, today I wanted to kind of talk about a topic that's very important in terms of scaling your product and growing sales within the Amazon platform. And that topic is the importance of keywords within specific listings. Now, I do have other videos on research as well as other keyword related content, so you can check out the rest of my channel for those. For now, we're just going to kind of take an overview and go over some of the reasons why this aspect is very important, as well as taking a look in the back end, showing you how you can go about implementing these and some other ideas in terms of researching them, etc. So, just to get started, I want to give you an idea of why people place emphasis on this aspect. And one of those reasons is to kind of increase your ranking within the search positions on Amazon. So a lot of these keywords are going to be laced into these product listings, and Amazon is going to pick up on that. And what they're going to do is similar to maybe how Google might do it or other search engines, is they're going to see those terms within your listings, and then they're going to index your listings for those terms. So for example, if you're selling a protein product like this one here, you can see that they've laced in specific terms such as complete protein, collagen, vitamin C, immune health, etc. So what Amazon does is they scrape the listings in the back end and they pull all of these keywords. So you're going to see all these specific keywords. And then what they do is they index you for that word. So when someone searches collagen, for example, your product is going to be indexed under the search result for that particular term. So the idea is that you want to make sure you position yourself for relevance and you position yourself strategically in terms of being indexed for basically any terms you think you can grow your brand on. And we'll talk about more on that within my Helium 10 optimization videos and how you go about increasing the ranking for each specific term. But for now, we're going to kind of keep it focused on this aspect here. It'll also give you increased exposure on the platform. So increasing the number of terms in turn makes you index for more terms, and that will give you more prevalence within search results depending on what people are looking for. And then, of course, a lot of this is going to help you with relevance. So you really want to make sure that you have a high amount of relevance in these terms and you're not just trying to index yourself for something that's unrelated. For example, in this case, this is not a vegan protein, but if you put the term vegan in there, you'd basically be inserting an irrelevant term, and that's going to hurt your performance because if someone's looking for a vegan protein, they see your listing and then they go into it and find out it's not vegan, they're not going to purchase, and that will skew down your conversion rate. So again, just want to emphasize the fact that you have to make sure you're relevant in terms of the terms you're targeting. And this also, this exercise also helps increase your conversion rates. So the higher conversion rate you have, ultimately the more sales you're going to make, but also Amazon is going to rank you higher as a result of that as well for each specific search term. So if it knows you have a 50% conversion rate on your product for complete protein as a search term, and your competitors have a 40%, a 30%, 20% and lower, you're most likely going to be ranked in one of the top spots definitely on the first page. So you want to kind of take that into account as well as building buyer confidence. So if you can create more relevant items in terms of what the buyer's looking for when they go into your listing or when they search it, that's going to give you a higher chance of selling the item. So if they're looking for a protein powder that also contains vitamin C, as you see here, and they're also looking to build their immune health and they're looking for collagen, well, they've just got, three, four different aspects that really are going to suit their need. And they can be sure that this product is going to fill that need. So ultimately, they'll purchase. So you kind of look at that. Keywords and having the right ones can also give you a good competitive advantage. It can help you differentiate your product from other products. So if you have specific terms that other brands don't with similar products, you're going to be indexed for those terms and other brands are not. So it's very important to do your research on this and try and differentiate as much as possible as well. And then, of course, you'll see your product discoverability go up in turn, and that's going to help your sales. So ultimately, that's why keyword research is important and why you should be, obviously engaging in this fairly frequently. And with that said, I wanted to kind of go into the next part, which is where should I put the keywords and what keywords should I put in each of these areas that we're going to cover here. So the keywords live in several different areas, and each have, somewhat of a similar weight in terms of how they index them and how they balance it and take your brand ranking into consideration. But I would say, the most important ones are probably the title and the bullet points. So you have your title, which is a good area to place keywords. You have your bullet points. You also have your back-end keywords, which I'll show you where that is later within Seller Central. And then you have a lot of the enhanced brand content. So you have the from the brand module, which you can leverage. There are areas where you can put keywords here, but for the most part, that's just going to help with overall conversion. And then you'll have the A plus content modules here, where you can also decide to kind of put your keywords. And as kind of the final part in terms of where you lace them into your listing is the product description. So that also weights fairly heavily as well in terms of ranking. And what I would recommend is for the title is to start with the brand name, of course, and then the main product type. So you want the main product type descriptor. In this case, it's protein and vitamin. The format, this is a shake or a powder, so shake mix. And then you want any additional components that are also included in your product. So you could extrapolate this to any product type. I'm just using protein as an example because I've worked heavily in this particular industry. And what you want to do then is call out the other components. And then ideally, you want to call out some benefits here, like who is it for or what is it for? In this case, they're saying immune health. I don't know if that's the best for them to make that call out. If you take a protein powder, maybe you're looking to build muscle. So for muscle, for workouts, for strength training, things like that. So what that's going to do is a consumer's going to see it. If they recognize your brand or your brand has enough prevalence, that's going to add some initial weight. They're going to be looking for, okay, I'm searching for a protein powder. And then they'll look at the components. Is it something that contains components that would also benefit me and that would make the purchase more compelling? And then what am I looking for it to do? Am I looking to gain muscle? Am I looking to get more energy during the day? Am I looking to replace my meals with it? Am I looking to, lose weight, you know. So that's going to be up to you, determining what you think most consumers are going to use it for, and then kind of insert that. And, you know, a lot, depending on the category, you're going to have about 150 to 200 characters to use for the title. So make sure that you're using all, if not close to all, of the characters that you have available for this. It's going to be super helpful. And then if you look at this other section here, which is the bullet points, you'll see that there's a lot of main callouts here. So a lot of people like to kind of put in the components and the benefits there. So this has vitamins and minerals as one component, and then it has 15 grams of protein. And then they might have other callouts like, what is it for? What does it help support? You know, what can I see myself benefiting from by using this product? And then, of course, other tertiary benefits in terms of components and what those can do for you. And then if you're having something like a consumable, you know, people are very inclined to purchase things that taste good, for example. If you have something like a toy, you might want to call out that's high quality. You know, it won't break. There's a guarantee. There's a money back guarantee a lot of sellers put in there, just to make the purchase more compelling. So all of these lend a lot of room to insert additional keywords. So here you could even have something like ChatGPT get additional keywords for something like protein and pull out some terms for that, pull out some more terms for vitamins, and then look to include those in here in a very natural way, while also making sure to keep the product and the call outs relevant to the product. Remember, we want to keep that relevance there. And then what you can do is you can curate your description in terms of bullet points like that. There's other ways to research it as well. Check out my other videos and we'll go further into that. And then, of course, we have the A plus content. This tends to be more of like a visual sell, but there are areas where you can insert keywords. This brand didn't particularly do too much of that, but you can add descriptions between each panel, which I would recommend, with a title and a sentence or two under each one, to call out either existing keywords that you might have put in your title or your bullets to make them more indexable, or new keywords that you think are maybe secondary to your main callouts. And then, of course, the product description is more of a paragraph, and you know, you could leverage something like ChatGPT to give an outline of something like this. Write a product description for Amazon for protein powder with vitamins, you know, or whatever you might be selling. And then what it'll do is it'll create something that sounds good. You can take that template and then you can leverage additional keywords within it and lace them in there. Just make sure that it continues to sound natural and it's readable and everything's easy like that. The other part is where to insert them. So in Seller Central, if you go to product details, you can see the item name. That's where you create that. The product description down here, and then the bullet points. And that's everything I got for today. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.